Did you know you can create native Revit elements from SketchUp geometry? With Speckle, you can. Hi, my name is Bilal. In this video, I'm going to show you how to convert your SketchUp terrain into a native Revit topography. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's start with the requirements to follow this tutorial. So we'll be connecting two applications, SketchUp and Dynamo, and to do that, we're going to be using Speckle. In order to use Speckle, first you have to have a Speckle account. If you don't have one already, head over to speckle.xyz and create a free account. Once you do that, don't forget to download the Speckle Manager. And from there, we're going to be installing two plugins, two connectors, and SketchUp connector and Dynamo connector. So these connectors will allow us to send data from one application and receive it in another. In this case, we'll be sending from SketchUp and receiving it in Dynamo. Let me show you how to install the connectors through Manager. Once you install Manager, open Windows and type in Manager for Speckle. From there, head over to Connectors tab and type in the name of the connector you want to install. Let's start with the SketchUp one. So I'll be typing SketchUp, open it. There are different versions I can install. In this case, I'll be going with the default one. I'm going to be using Speckle 2.7.1 connector for SketchUp. All right, SketchUp connector is installed. Let's do the same thing for Dynamo. I'll be typing Dynamo, open it, and click on Install. For Dynamo connector, we're going to be installing 2.7.5. All right, Dynamo connector is also installed. So once you have these two connectors, now you can start using Speckle. So to send data from SketchUp to Dynamo, first we have to create a new Speckle stream. To do that, head over to speckle.xyz and click on New Stream. Let's name it as SketchUp Terrain to Revit Topography, because that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to create a new stream. All right, so we've created a new stream. Let's head over to SketchUp now, and I've created this topography using a plugin called Artisan in SketchUp. So first, we are going to send this data into Speckle. To do that, let's activate the Speckle connector in SketchUp. And I'm going to find the same stream, SketchUp Terrain to Revit Topography. And I'm going to select my topography here. And there's a button called Send. I'm going to click on that. And this will send this geometry into that stream. Let's view that on the web. And here it is, the geometry we've sent from SketchUp. So now I want to access the same geometry, but in Dynamo. To do that, first we need the stream URL. Let's do that. I'm gonna go to main page and go to stream home and copy its URL. Head over to Dynamo and I'm gonna paste that URL as a string. All right, so if you've installed the Speckle connector for Dynamo, you should also see a Speckle 2 tab under Add-ons, and we'll be using the Receive node. You can also right-click in Dynamo and type in Receive. Let's connect our URL as the stream input, and if you're in the automatic mode, it should already pop up that you have 6 objects from Speckle. If you're in the manual tab, first click on Run, then you will see the screen and click on Receive. And after that, click on Run again. So this way you will get the dictionary of elements from Speckle. So let's investigate what this object looks like in Dynamo. So as you can see, this is a Sketchup Group and it has a geometry under this dictionary and it's under transformed geometry. And what we have is a mesh geometry. So we're going to create our Revit topography from this mesh geometry. So let's access that. And in order to do that, first we need to get the transformed geometry key from this dictionary. So I'll create a new code block and type in from data. I'll do square brackets and type in transformed geometry. Transformed geometry with capital G. And let's connect the data as the input. I'm going to click on run one more time. Oops, looks like we made a typo error. Geometry. And let's click on run. And here it is, the mesh geometry. So this is the same geometry we had in SketchUp. Now using this mesh geometry, we can create a Revit topography. So I'm going to type in topography. And there is only one way to create topography in Revit, and it's by points. But what we have here is a mesh geometry. So somehow I need to get the vertices of these triangles and use that points as the input for our topography by points node. So let's type in mesh. And here I can get the vertex positions from a mesh geometry. Let's do that. I'm going to click on run one more time. So here I get the points, but these points contains multiple points in the same place. Like for instance, some of these triangles, they share the same vertices. So we need to get the unique items from this list of points. So I'm going to type in unique items and connect this list as the list input. And let's click on run one more time. I think I need to use the list levels and click on run one more time. And here it is. So we had 1536 points in the beginning, but there were only 289 unique points in this list. All right, so using this points, now I can create my topography. Let's click on run completed, and we have a topography. Let's view it on the Revit. And here it is. This is the same geometry we had in SketchUp, but this one is a native Revit topography. And the beautiful thing about this workflow is that we are actually creating a live link between SketchUp and Dynamo. So I can actually go back to SketchUp and edit this topography here. Let's make it something like this maybe. Let's exaggerate this side a bit more so we can see the difference between the two topographies. So I'm going to select it one more time, click on send, go back to Dynamo, and there's an update. I'm going to click on receive and click on run one more time. So let's go back to Revit, and this is the new topography. So as you can see, the updates, the changes we've made in SketchUp is reflected in Revit through Dynamo. All right, so this was it. In this video, we have created Revit topography from SketchUp terrain, and we've seen that any changes we make in SketchUp, and if we send them into Speckle and receive it in Dynamo, the geometry, the topography will also update. All right, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.